This is for all my girls who swear they can't do makeup. Yes, you can. All you need is 5 minutes and a few products.
If you have ever felt intimidated by makeup, this routine breaks it down into simple steps that almost everyone can follow. Welcome back, besties. If you love beauty tips, beginner-friendly makeup, skincare, smelling clean, everything that helps you look and feel your best, you're in the right place. So let's jump right in.
This is for all my girls who swear they can't do makeup. Yes, you can. All you need is 5 minutes and a few products. This is my 5-minute fail-proof and beginner-friendly makeup routine. Primer, brow wax, brow pencil to fill in your brows, concealer for your brows, concealer under your eyes, concealer for any blemishes, blend the concealer out, blush, blend that out, powder, mascara, lip balm, setting spray. And we're done. So the next time you tell yourself that you can't do makeup, I want you to come back to this video and try this out. You got this, and I believe in you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I honestly love how simple this routine is because it focuses on enhancing your features instead of covering your whole face. That's actually what gives the clean girl makeup look its signature finish. Notice how she isn't applying heavy layers of product. Everything is blended little by little. That's one of the biggest beginner mistakes, using too much product at once. You can always build coverage, but it's much harder to remove excess makeup once it's on.
Are you that girl that when it's time to go out, you're constantly bothering your homegirl like, sister, can you do my eyebrows? Can you contour my face for me? Can you just blend for me? Actually, no, I can't. And I'm sick of you. So today I'm going to teach you how to do a beginner-friendly, quick, soft makeup look. Let's get into it. Keep up now, because I'm going to be moving a little fast. Okay, I do my brows first, and we're going to be using a micro brow pencil from Charlotte Tilbury. When you're filling your brows in, we're going along the natural shape of your eyebrow. We're not up here with it. We're not doing arts and crafts on our face. Also, make sure you're not pressing so hard. We don't want our brows harsh, okay? After your brows are filled in, we're going to go in with the Refi Brow Sculpting Gel. After you apply the gel, you're going to take any brush and just flatten your brows down. We're going to clean up our brows with Born This Way concealer using Morphe's M134 concealer brush. Sister, we're just going directly under the brow. You should be at this point. Next, I'm going to take a Real Techniques Luxe Crease brush, and I'm just going to go in and blend some of that concealer out. Using this 8-in-1 contour palette, I'm not showing y'all mine because mine looks insane. I use the shade Cappuccino to add some warmth to my lids. Bring it up to the start of your brows and then bring it on down. Next, we're going to clean up the top of our brows with your foundation and the little bit of concealer that you have left on your hand. I'm going to go like this.
Okay, so one thing beginners often overlook is the order of application. Doing your brows first helps frame your face, so when you apply foundation and concealer afterward, everything looks more balanced. I also like that she cleans around the brows with concealer instead of making them overly dark. That small step instantly makes brows look sharper without looking drawn on. So when it comes to foundation, don't chase full coverage. Start with a small amount and blend well. A natural looking base almost always look more expensive than a thick one.
Mix it up. You're going to clean the top of your brows with it. I like to use this method because only using concealer is going to leave that white cast at the top of your brow, and I hate that look. I use the same Real Techniques brush to blend that out at the top. Next, for my base, I use Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. And for my foundation, I'm going to be using Bobbi Brown. This is the shade Neutral Almond. I like to use that same concealer brush to apply the foundation and then go in with a foundation brush. Going in with a IT Cosmetic brush in number 115. Make sure you dab. Do not swipe. We're going to go back in with the Born This Way concealer. This is the shade Natural Beige. This is what your concealer should look like, and I'm going to go in with Real Techniques setting powder brush, and I'm going to use it to blend the concealer. Again, you're going to be dabbing, not rubbing. In with my Fenty Beauty contour stick in the shade Truffle. I went in on my forehead, cheeks, a dab on each side of my nose. Blending out my contour with this brush that I got from Amazon. The brand is called BS Mo.
Okay, so blush is probably one of the easiest ways to make your face look fresh and awake. Instead of placing it too low, applying it slightly higher gives a lifted appearance that works beautifully with a clean girl aesthetic. And don't forget, creamy blush gives a softer skin-like finish, while powder blush helps lock in everything. So using both lightly is a trick many makeup lovers use for longer wear.
Next, we're going to go in with cream blush from Morphe. This is the shade Cheek Thrills. Using this Makeup by Mario brush in F4. I think this is the balls of my cheek. I don't know, but I'm putting it right here. Don't put blush on my nose because am I around a McDonald's or am I a girl? But you can do what you want to do. I'm going to go in with Huda Beauty setting powder. Using a powder puff, you just want to dab and blow some of that off because you're just setting your face, not baking. This step is so crucial because this is what gives you that flawless filter look with no filter. I'm going back in with this contour palette. I'm just gonna go into where we put that cream bronzer. I'm gonna go back in with that Morphe blush palette. I'm gonna take the powder this time and set the cream that we already put on our face. I go in with Maybelline Fit Me's pressed powder. This is the shade Buff Beige, so I just use a powder puff and I go in under my eyes with the product. Going in with NARS highlight in the shade Ophelia. I'm gonna be setting with Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. While my face is drying, I'm gonna do my lips. I'm gonna be using NARS lip liner in shade Spunk. For the lipstick, I use MAC in the shade Flesh Pie. Going over it with a 99-cent beauty store lip gloss. A little NARS mascara. Okay, girls, this is the final look. It's super clean, super pretty, and simple to do. Save this video so the next time it's time to beat that face, you can refer back to it. Learn how to be a self-sufficient baddie and stop pissing us all off. Get it together. Bye, girl.
If you're enjoying these beauty tips, don't forget to subscribe because we post new beauty, fragrance, and glow up videos every day.
Makeup tutorial for dummies. Probably not dummies, that was a little harsh. I saw another video with another girl saying that, so I was just trying to copy it, but you guys aren't dummies, okay? And warning, this is gonna be a little long, but that's because we're going step by step, detail by detail. So first things first is find a good foundation. Try to match it to your neck instead of your face so everything blends a bit more seamlessly. Something I had to learn the hard way. For first timers, I think a beauty blender is a bit easier to work with than starting with brushes. Take your time blending your foundation out and don't use a lot of product. Use a little and just kind of build it up to what your skin needs. When choosing a concealer, make sure you know your undertone. For the longest, I was using a yellow tone concealer and my undertone is actually more like reddish orange. What I needed to use was something more golden than yellow. I love to apply my concealer this way because when you sculpt it up like that, it just gives you more of like a lifted look to your eyes. So as you guys can see, I did not use a lot of product. If you're a beginner, because if you use too much product, you will have a very difficult time blending it out. Now this may be personal, but this I don't like. So don't be afraid to use the butt of your little sponge and kind of soften this out.
Here is one tip that makes a huge difference now. Your foundation should disappear into your skin, not sit on top of it. That's why taking a little extra time to blend around the jawline and neck makes the entire look more natural. Contour is another step people often overdo. The clean girl style isn't about changing your face, it's about adding soft definition so your natural features stand out.
For blending out your nose, try to use the pointiest tip of your blender and slightly dab so we don't spread that concealer all over the nose. So now you want your contour stick to be darker than your actual skin tone. I like to just do gentle little taps and only along the baseline of my cheek. Here's a little bit of taps along the side of my nose and the front of it. That's all for you ladies starting out. We're not gonna go too crazy because you can end up looking real dirty if you don't know what you're doing with this. The big bati. And pat it out like so. To blend this. You wanna make sure your setting powder matches your concealer. For example, I used to use this. This is way too light and it did not blend naturally. It made my face look really yellow. So I had to go more golden. These little like triangle, I was gonna say square, triangle things to apply my setting powder. Now this is a crucial step. Have to set your makeup. So while this sits for a little, you're gonna go in. I just like to use like, it can be a powder foundation or just like another type of non-loose powder that matches the color of my contour stick, so a little bit darker, and apply it where you contour just to set that in. Grab a little brush and we're just gonna set in the powder. I like to press it into the skin instead of flashing it away. The fun part, blush. There's so many blushes you can choose from, but my favorite for a darker chocolate skin girly, it's always gonna be an orange tone blush for me. I feel like that is my natural blushing color. So I'm gonna go with the CoverGirl one because as you can see, I'll be using this up, but this is a lot more of a natural orange than the Tarte. It's a little bit more like in your face. So if you're just starting out, I think this will be a good like gentle one, and it's also very affordable. I think it's like $10 or something at Walmart, Target. And Cocoa Girls, like, our skin loves blush. It really eats it up, so you don't even have to be scared to go too heavy on it because it will, like, I don't know, I feel like once I step out the house it dissolves anyway. So now for lips, I'm gonna be honest with you, I am yet to really find a lip liner that is dark enough for me, so I always end up using eyeliners. Sephora's retractable eyeliner, favorite lip liner for me.
Now the last few steps are what pull the whole look together. Mascara opens the eyes without needing dramatic lashes, while hydrated lips instantly make your makeup look fresher. And never underestimate setting spray. Besides helping makeup last longer, it also melts all the powder products together so your skin looks smoother and less khaki.
So now for glosses, my favorite natural shade is Hot Chocolate. I like to do kind of a glossy brown. Now last step is to set your face. These are my two favorite setting sprays. You know, I stand by Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray, but they really need to work on the smell because it really smells like booty hole. This smells delightful. It doesn't really have much of a smell. And when I say this OS, when you spray this, you can go outside. It could be hot as balls. The rest of me is sweating, but the makeup's not moving. The makeup is not moving, babes. So On Till Dawn, they told no lies about that. And literally that's it. It is not really that hard, guys. But I saw a video, somebody was saying how, you know, enough of the girls are not doing step by step by step. So I wanted to give you guys step by step by step. I don't know why I'm doing this.
Okay now, so clean girl makeup isn't about wearing more makeup. It's about using the right amount in the right places. Once you practice this routine a few times, it becomes surprisingly quick and effortless. So if this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with someone who's learning makeup too. So thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.